of Galway's camp have got behind manager Kevin Walsh following their All-Ireland semi-final defeat to reigning champions Dublin on Saturday. The Tribesmen started the game strongly, but Dublin eventually overcame Walsh's men by 9 points to secure their spot in the All-Ireland final. After the game, experienced defender Gary O'Donnell, speaking to the 42.ie, pushed for Walsh to stay in charge of the Connacht champions ahead of the 2019 season. "I think it's very important that he does stay on," remarked O'Donnell. "He has 4 years done, and I think any of the top managers, Eamon Fitzmaurice and Kerry, had 6, Jim Gavin in Dublin has 6 years. Kevin has built us and got us to where we are at the moment, so I think it's very important that he stays on and keeps things going in the right direction." After Saturday's defeat, Walsh, who has been in charge of the Tribesmen since 2015, was keen to reflect on the good season, instead speaking about his own future. To be honest, I'm not considering anything. I'm only a half an hour after getting bet. It's not as simple as Kevin or any one person. There's a backroom here of around 20 people, but things change, players change, management change, circumstances change. I just haven't had time to reflect on that, to be honest. I certainly will be reflecting on the year in my own time. I don't know if we'll be here next year. It's a case of Galway closing the gap. It's important that we are closing the gap on every other team as well, not Dublin, that we're getting better. Time will tell, but it's a young team in there, but if they really want to put their shoulder to the wheel and do the extra bits required to catch up to Dublin, that's the questions that they'll have to ask themselves, and that applies to management and everyone else. The county board, we have to push the boat out here to catch up with a team like Dublin. Everything that they have is well structured, and it's up to every county to get that balance to try and close the gap. Gary O'Donnell also pointed out that he feels this Galway side has a huge capacity to improve. "We probably feel on reflection on that game that there is still probably a bit more in us. On reflection of the year, we ticked a lot of the boxes that we set out to at the start of the year, even though a lot of people might not think that. We had broken a few records that we hadn't done before. We got to our first All-Ireland semi-final since 2001 and against one of the best teams of the modern era. We probably weren't given a chance coming up here even by some of our own supporters. We have a young team. I think our average age is only 24 and a lot of lads are coming through and there's progress being made, so it's not all doom and gloom as